Unleash the magic of the books. They are more than just a pages. They open the portal to the new realms, knowledge, and the self-improvement. Dive in and let your imagination soar. Immerse yourself and let your mind wander. Kudos to the sixth episode of The Bibliothek. This is an exciting opportunity to engage with authors, uncover the inspirations and experience, and gain the values or the valuable insight into the book writing process. Additionally, receive an insightful feedback on the content and the unique selling point from my side. In today's episode, we will explore the realm of the application lifecycle management on Microsoft Power Platform, where you can get a comprehensive guide to manage the deployment of your solution. Our feature expert today is none other than Benedikt Bergmann. The book demystifies ALM concept and their application to Microsoft Power Platform. Offering strategies for the solution, source codes, and environments, it covers automating, build, and the deployment task using the Azure DevOps or the GitHub. Having meticulously reviewed all approximately 200 plus pages, I can attest you to the attention grabbing content within. The moment we have been waiting for has arrived. Let's extend a warm welcome to Benedikt and give him the floor to introduce himself. Benedikt, over to you.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, nice to being here. My name is, as you mentioned, Benedikt Bergmann. I'm an MVP since 4 years now and located in Germany. And recently, or in November, released or published a book together with Pact about application lifecycle management in the Power Platform. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's start with the first question here that what were your source of the inspiration for the book, Benedikt?
Yeah, I mean, I had on my list since a long time to write a book. I'm to be able to call myself an author. It's nice. And I also knew that it would be about application lifecycle management because that's like the thing I like and the thing I do most or speak most about on conference and so on and write most about on my blog. So it's naturally was like this topic. And then I got approached from Pact asking me to review the draft version of content for someone else wanting to write this book. And so I did that and mentioned that I would be interested in the future maybe as well. And then one thing came to the other one stepped back and doesn't want to do it or haven't had time. So I took over and I wrote the book instead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Could you describe the writing process about the book? Like, example, how much time did you spend writing the book? And especially because I know the pain of the authors, like how much support you got it from your family, especially from your wife?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is a lot of work, and it is much more work than I would have guessed before. So I don't know how many hours I spent. I haven't counted. Maybe better that I did not. It was a lot of time. Spread out through a lot of months. Where in this time stuff from Microsoft changed about the topic, where I had to go back and rewrite parts because it already has changed within the last few weeks. And so it is a lot. It is a lot of work, but I got great support from my wife. She held out all the nights I sat at the laptop and wrote stuff, and so that's good to have. And then as mentioned, it takes longer than one would think in the beginning, but when it's finished, then it's a very nice feeling of accomplishment. But if someone wants to write a book, they have to plan on spending a lot of nights and hours doing so.
Agreed, totally agreed. Would you like to express the gratitude to Will Samse, like who is the reviewer for this book?
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned, I got a lot of support from my wife, and she's a veterinarian, so she's not technical, but like in how I write and like the time I've spent with it, and like having my back when it comes to stuff with the family and the kids and so on in this time. But then I had Scott Duro, who wrote my foreword, which I'm very grateful for. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable, especially also in this area. So it was great having him as my writer for the foreword, and also he gave me feedback on during the process, and I talked to him a few times about different topics where I was like, I don't exactly know whether what I'm there doing is like the best way of doing it, or can we do it in a better way? What is Microsoft thinking of it, since he's working for Microsoft now? So he got me a few more better insights there. So that's very good. And then we have Whale, who was the reviewer of the book. He created the build tools before Microsoft did. So we usually use those until Microsoft released the Azure DevOps build tools for the Power Platform. So he has also great insights, gave very nice and good feedback on areas where I could like write a bit more or improve a bit during the process. So I'm very grateful that I had like the opportunity to work with those two together. Yeah.
Awesome. Like, what could be even better than that? That you wrote the book, kind of the cherry on the cake, like whales involved. Like, I do remember when we, or basically I started, I generally follow ways to the multiple events before COVID era, and
Yeah.
he's one of the awesome guy. Like, if you
Yeah.
need to talk about the ALM strategies and other stuff, and then yes, Scott, the worlds know him. So like you had a lot of good reviewers, a lot of the good feedbacks, and I can really see when I started reading the books, I can see, okay, the quality content is available inside. So I could sense it, like if you have this names with this book, so you can always get this kind of the content which is
Mm.
totally justifying it. But before we go to the next one, like if you can just explain who is the intended audience for this book. So I'm more from the technical background. I can learn the things. At the same time, if I go from maybe like a business mindset, I can still understand the book, like in most of the
Yeah.
cases. So, but from your perspective, like who is the intended audience for this?
I mean, I personally am very technical, and usually my talks and what I'm writing in my blog and so is very technical as well. So that's what I like. That's what I do. So I would say the second half of the book is also very technical, where we really go into like YAML files. How do you write them for Azure DevOps, for GitHub? The specifics on stuff like working with connection references or mapping files to not have the DLLs in your source control and so on. So it is a technical book, but still especially in the first half of the book, I'm more or less explaining the overall idea, like what are solutions, how do you use solutions, what are the components in a solution, what are maybe, or what is layering, and what are the problems with it, and how do you work with it, and so on. So all those general information of what is application lifecycle management, like for like an overview and to understand everything. So I would say the first half is also suitable for like more business people and more decision makers.
Yeah.
And the second half is for technical people implementing the ALM inside of an organization, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Really awesome. While evaluating this book, so if you ask for my feedback about this book, it's likely to be very positive, especially among the professionals and enthusiasts of the Microsoft Power Platform umbrella. Readers will appreciate clear and accessible explanation of the complex ALM concepts, because we know like it's look like, okay, this is a easy peasy doing things, but ALM is really like a complex systems. We need to understand each and every corner of that one, as well as the practical step-by-step instruction and the real-world example provided by you in some areas, and the comprehensive coverage of planning and the development, testing, deployment, and maintenance will be also available for those looking to streamline their application lifecycle management process in their organization. Additionally, the insight into optimizing Power Platform tool for the collaboration, agile development, or the rapid application delivery along the best practices for the version controls and code management will be highly beneficial. Readers will also find the book to be essential resource for the effectively managing the entire application lifecycle and delivering exceptional solution for the Microsoft Power Platform. What I have missed there may be a thought around adding more detailed case study or the success story to illustrate how the principles have been applied in the various real world scenarios. But overall, the best aspect about the books is ability to simplify the concept ALM concepts and make them accessible to the readers for all the levels. If any organization is planning for the ALM setup within the Power Platform umbrella, or even they already did it, but they want to review it, they have to go with this book. There is no other way around, I would say. Any final thoughts on this?
No, thanks for the feedback. That's very nice to hear, and also like the additional idea or feedback on adding more real-world examples for a second version. That's highly appreciated. I actually am already in talks with Pact for a second version, probably. So we will see. And I also have written a list of stuff which I want to like add or improve, like the native Git integration, which hasn't been around officially when I wrote the book. So that's why it's not in there. So, but yeah, it needs to be in the second version now that we have it. So yeah, that's really nice. Thank you.
Finger crossed for the second version. I'm just counting the days on that one, and I'm really excited to go through the second versions. And I'm pretty sure the readers will be also, because there is a lot to go deep into the ALM strategies and the implementation. So just counting the days for that one, and all the best for the second version preparations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, thank you again, Benedikt, for graciously sharing your time with us. A heartfelt shout out to all of our viewers for their unwavering supports. Remember to subscribe the channel, click the bell icon for the notification, and share the valuable content within your friends and the colleagues. Let's spread the knowledge and the excitement. Stay tuned for our next episode where we will unveil the next book up for the review. Until that, have a fantastic time and goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.